When you get your right elbow low in the golf swing, especially the downswing, some amazing things are going to happen in your ball striking. Let me explain. If you're suffering from a slice, you're pulling the ball left, or you're just a lot of inconsistencies, this move of the right elbow low in the downswing is going to change your ball striking. Why is this so important? Well, if I set up to a ball here, and very quickly before I dive right in, these are the new ballistic irons that I'm getting a lot of questions about. They feel fantastic and the performance is amazing. So check out all the details in the description down below. So this right elbow, keeping it low, why is it so important in the golf swing? Well, if you're someone that comes over the top or steep or slices or just has general inconsistencies, it's quite likely your trail or right elbow for a right-hander, lefties just do the exact opposite, is higher than the lead elbow. Let me show you. So if I go to the top of the swing here, if my right elbow is higher than my left, see what happens to the club? Automatically moves out, club comes down steep, cuts across the ball, so you get slices and pulls and a lot of inconsistent, really poor golf shots. Now, if I do the exact opposite to the last part with that right elbow or trail elbow is high, and I keep the right elbow lower than the lead elbow in the downswing, let's have a look to see what happens. As we go back, if I keep that right elbow lower, have a look what happens. That golf club shallows out, which means it flattens. It's not like this, it's like this, which is what every really good player in the world does. And it comes down on a much more inside path and strikes the golf ball. That's how you hit little draws, a lot straighter golf shots, a lot more center face contact. And that's shallowing out the club for you, keeps the club on a really good plane, which is like here. And you'll see the butt end of this club will point somewhere at the ball or above the ball. And that's what keeping that right elbow low does. It controls the swing plane, keeps it much more on plane, like here. You can see here, right in this position here, that trail elbow is lower. It might not be a lot, but it is lower. It's not like this. It's like this. The other thing you're going to notice, another great checkpoint is when you get down to that downswing to here, if you're coming down steep, you'll see there's not much daylight between both my elbows. There's next to nothing there at all when you come down steep. Hopefully I got that camera angle right there. You'll see not much daylight there, but if I keep that right elbow low here, you should see plenty of daylight between those elbows. Again, hopefully I got that camera angle right. Plenty of daylight there. That is a good sign. From there, we can rotate through and hit the ball solid. Okay, now that we know the right elbow low is a great move to do and it's going to improve your game, but how do we do it? How do we even feel it? How do we practice it? It's one thing to know it, but how do you blend it into your golf game? Well, I've got a few drills actually that you can practice that will get you the feels so you can build it into your golf game. So first thing you do is just grab a club, grab it on the club end. I'll show you some a few different angles and hold it behind your right arm there. And all you're going to do is support it with your lead hand and make swings, make a backswing and through. This will give you the feel of that elbow staying more in front of you, down your side, more in front of you. It's a great feeling drill. You'll see from here, there's no chance the elbow comes out. Excellent drill to practice. Another great drill to practice. Now this takes a little bit of practice, a little bit trickier, but is super effective. And what you can do, actually I should have shown you that other drill from a few different angles. So that was from the front on view. Holding it right beside there, trail hand supporting, lead hand supporting, and that's from the front angle view. So the other drill I want you to do is hold the club with one hand, your right hand if you're a right-hander. Put this lead hand underneath just above your elbow to support it. And you're going to make swings, just little sort of half swings. This will be very tricky at first. It's not easy to do, especially when you're hitting a ball. But this gives you the feel of keeping that elbow more in front of you in the downswing, which is what all good players do. And once you practice it a few times, you can hit a few shots. I'll just show you from this angle. Supporting that arm, this keeps the elbow nicely in front. So as I said, this is a tricky little drill. Don't expect amazing contact. That's not the purpose of this drill. The purpose is to feel that elbow more in front of you, all right, to keep that swing shallowed out on the downswing so you can make better contact. So I'll hit one here. Again, I'm not too worried about the contact because I know it's not easy. I'm just doing a little half swing. Not too bad. It's a tricky little one to try, but is extremely effective for keeping that right elbow more in front of you. Now, one of the best drills for keeping that right elbow low in the downswing is to grab a ball, just a sort of mid-sized ball, maybe even a soccer ball, placing it between, right into your elbow pits here. It's a little bit tricky getting it set up, somewhere around there, and making golf swings like this. This helps keep the elbow tucked in, helps keep the swing very connected. I use this one quite a lot. Swing there and through. If at any stage I try to lift that elbow, I'll show you from here, keeps everything nice and connected through. Elbow stays low. Right elbow stays nice and low. If at any stage I try to get steep with that right elbow, it'll just fall out. It's a great drill to practice. You can hit shots with this if you like, but you don't need to. But placing a ball there just gives you excellent connection, keeps the swing nicely all tied together. So you can play a lot more consistent golf. So practice those drills. Remember, keeping that right elbow low in the downswing will help you shallow the club, keep it on a better plane and hit more consistent golf shots. Now, important video coming up. This is going to show you one of my favorite drills for shallowing out the golf club. Ties right in with this and will help you play more consistent golf. So check that video out.